Welcome back for another Crafting Princesses tutorial. Today we will be making an Elsa dress. I have already put my tulle onto the dress, and what I did was 2 layers of tulle, 1 strip of tulle per hole. This is a size 18-month full-length dress, so you'll want to get the measurement from waist to ankle or to wherever you would like it to end so that you have a perfect fit. And I did 3 rows of blue and 2 rows of white. If you would like to see how I attach my tulle, I do have some other tutorials on my channel in detail on how I do that. For our embellishments, I picked up this 36 pack of plastic snowflake ornaments from Hobby Lobby. They were on sale for 40% off in the holiday section, so this entire pack came out to $5.49. And I know this is not a conventional use for an ornament, however, this is all a part of crafting and finding what works for you. For me, I don't like the craft foam or the felt look of snowflakes. They're just a little too cartoonish for me. I like something a little more elegant and sparkly and pretty. So these are perfect. If you don't find these at Hobby Lobby, I do believe they have them at the dollar store as well. And they are pretty big. 3 inches, about 3 inches in diameter, and very sparkly. So now I will show you how to attach them. So in addition to your snowflakes, you'll also want to cut out little white pieces of square felt that we will be putting behind the snowflake. So for my pattern that I'm choosing today, I'm going to start with the center of my dress, and I'm going to find where I would like to place my first snowflake. Now I will take my piece of felt and put it right behind that strip of tulle. So it's underneath 1 layer of tulle, not on top. And then we're going to sandwich the tulle in between the snowflake and the felt piece. So now you'll just take your glue gun, put a little bit of glue on top of the tulle and the felt. Be careful not to burn your fingers, although if you're anything like me, you probably don't even have fingerprints anymore. But be careful. And then you're just going to place your snowflake on top and sandwich the tulle in between, pressing firmly to secure it. An extra step I like to take is to put a little bit of glue behind some of the icicles on the snowflake, and then I just press that against the dress in its place so that it doesn't flip-flop around. If you just secure it with the felt piece, it's not going to come off or go anywhere, but by doing it this way and adding the extra glue, then it won't move around. I am now adding my 4th snowflake, and then we'll be adding a 5th over on the other side. So the pattern that I chose to do was up, down, as far as where I put them on the skirt part of the dress. And then you can do whatever pattern you want. You could make it irregular, you could put them anywhere you choose to, but me, I just like to keep a pattern so that all of my dresses come out the same. I will now be showing you how to create the sash that goes across the top of the dress and comes around the back to tie in a big bow. I'm using a 4-inch wide 100% polyester ribbon that I picked up from Michaels. It is the Celebrated brand, and I'll show you right now. So it's Celebrated brand. It is 4 inches wide by 10 yards. I've cut this strip of ribbon at 70 inches long, and this is again for a size 18-month dress. The reason why you need so much in length is because the wider the ribbon, the more you need. So this is 70 inches long, and that's going to give me the perfect coverage to cover the front of the dress and tie a big bow in the back. So here I have marked the center of my ribbon, and we're going to be pinching that in the center just as if we were making a pinwheel bow. Hint, hint, I have a tutorial on pinwheel bows as well. And we're going to pinch that in the center like an accordion. And then we're going to tie that off to give it a shape so that it can keep the shape when we put it on the dress. I'm using a crochet thread, so pick a thread that is durable enough so that it won't snap or break as you're tying it. So just tie that off in the center. This is what it should look like, and I will now show you how to attach this to the dress. So I have one more step to do before we add the sash, and we're going to be adding straps. Typically I do adjustable straps as I've shown in my other dress tutorials, but there's going to be a lot going on the back of this dress, so I'm going to do some non-adjustable straps. So you'll want to take a measurement from the front of the shoulder to the back. In this case, you want to have a 5.5 to 6 inch length from front to back of shoulder for size 18 months. Heat seal one end of your ribbon. I'm using a 7/8 inch white satin ribbon for my straps. Always make sure to heat seal. You don't want to have any fraying. and I'm going in through the third row of holes. So I counted 3 rows down so that I have enough fabric for my strap to grab onto. So I'll show you here. You want to go in a hole that's on the third row. 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay, and we're going to do this to both sides. Put some hot glue at the top of your strap on the inside, and then we're going to fold that over itself to close the front end of the strap. So I'll show you here. Just fold that up and press firmly to secure it. And then we will do the back. So here I will show you how to do it to the back. You're going to do the same thing. Make sure that your ribbon is heat sealed. And again, we're going in through the third row of holes on the back side. And then you just want to pull the ribbon that's underneath, that's coming through the inside, tight enough until you get the desired length that you want for your straps. Then you're just going to take your hot glue gun and put that on the inside of the ribbon. So the inside piece of ribbon that you pulled through the hole. So not on the outside one. Put some hot glue on the inside, and then fold and press firmly to secure the back. We will now add the sash to the center of the dress. So I took my needle and thread and pinched the center of my bodice up at the top, and I have that securely threaded through there. I will now take my needle and put it through the center of my sash where we had pinched it in the middle like a bow. So I'm going to vertically put that through the center. And then I will pull that tight to the dress to secure it. Okay, so pulling through there. And then just take a few stitches going in and out through the dress. So take your needle and thread and then just stitch it down in the center. We will be covering that up at a later time. This next part is optional. If you're going to be tying it around like a bow in the back, you don't necessarily have to do this part. For me, I like to keep the shape throughout the wear of the dress, so I am going to stitch it down underneath the armpit area on the side so that it doesn't move around or fold up while your little princess is wearing it. So I'll show you how I tie that down. Now for 18 months I can do it securely around my dress form here, but if you're making a larger size, make sure to leave some space for stretching. You don't want the front part to be sewn on so tightly that their chest is being pressed in and they don't fit. So keep that in mind if you're making a larger size. Leave some extra space in the chest area. And then I'm just going to take my needle and thread and stitch through the crochet top of the dress and the ribbon at the same time. We will also be covering these threads, so don't worry about that, although I would stick with a white thread just to be consistent with the colors. So I'm just going to take some stitches through the top of the ribbon sash and the dress. And then when you're doing it to the bottom part of the sash, make sure that you're making it equal on both sides. So go through the same row on each side so that it's even coming around to the armpit. So what I do is I just take my needle and thread and doing the same thing as we did to the top, just make sure you actually grab the crochet part of the dress and then bring that through your ribbon, taking a few stitches, and then we will tie that off and cover it up in a moment. To cover my thread, I'm just going to put some hot glue on the back of a large rhinestone, and that's it. I'm going to do that to the top and bottom of both sides of the dress. It adds a little bit of sparkle to your dress and covers up those pesky threads that nobody wants to see. So this is a great way, especially with crafting dresses like this. You can easily fix mistakes or little eyesores that you don't want to see with stuff like this. So keep that in mind. If you make a mistake, it's always fixable. And that's how we attach it to the front of the dress. Now we will move on to the back of the dress. So to make the train for the back of the dress, I'm calling it a train. Let me know in the comments below if that's not what it's called. I have no idea. I'm just going to use some of the white leftover tulle that we had from making the dress, and I'm just going to eyeball it. So I'm going to hold it up to the dress to get the desired length that I want. I'm going to have it come just a little bit above the bottom of the dress, and then I will need to double it for when I cut it, because we're going to double it when we put it on just how we do for the bottom of the dress, and you will need 6 pieces total for this size dress. If you are making a larger dress, you may want to consider using 8 or 10 pieces. You want to take a strip of tulle and fold it in half, and we're going to put it in through the top row of holes, just as we do to the bottom. So you're going to go from the inside, pull your loop through to the outside, and then pull your strands through that loop and pull securely. Don't pull too hard, you don't want to rip your dress, and we're going to attach all 6 pieces evenly across the top. All 6 strips have been added, so now you can see the train come together, and then you have a few options for the sash. You can tie it over the train or you can tie it underneath. I will be tying it underneath, that way I don't crush the tulle, but if you're making it for your little one and you want the bow to be on the outside, please feel free to do so. And so I'm just going to move the veil or the train over the shoulder so I can do this next part. Make sure that you cut your ends and heat seal them. You do not want this sash to fray. I cut mine on a diagonal, and I'm now just tying it in a bow just as I would for my shoelaces, and then you just have to adjust and play with the bowl, or not the bowl, oh my goodness. Play with the bow until you get your desired shape. So make sure that the satin side is facing outward, so flip your loops so that they're facing outward, and then you can also twist your tails so that they do the same. Once you are happy with your bow, then you're done with the back. So I am now satisfied with the shape of my bow, and I will just pull the train back over and brush it out with my fingers. And this is why we did not do the adjustable straps, because there's already a lot going on and there's not really a need for them. And that's it for the back of the dress. Before we finish up this dress, I'm going to add one more detail, and I'm adding an Elsa bottle cap. I do have a tutorial on my channel about how I make these, so be sure to check that out. And we're just going to put some hot glue on the back of that and press down firmly in the center, and we are done. If you want to be. Some other suggestions, you can add some rhinestones to the straps. You could do a rhinestone brooch instead of the bottle cap. You can add an extra bow. You can add a bow on the side. Whatever you'd like to do, it's your dress, it's your creation. I am hoping to get more of these videos out before Halloween, so please make sure to leave a comment below if you would like to see a certain character make it to this channel before then. I am so excited to continue to see the growth of this channel, so please don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and interact. Let me know what you guys would like to see, and I will do my best to make it happen. Until next time.